This is wild. We are entering DEFCON 1 territory for Destiny 2 right now, with the Edge of Fate just today lowering its positive ratings to a measly 8%. Now, to be fair, it was low before the last time when we reported on this. It was overwhelmingly negative, but it is getting lower each and every day to the point now where only 8% of 354 reviews in the last 30 days are positive, which means 92% of the people playing Destiny 2 Edge of Fate and reviewing it are saying negative things, that they're having a bad experience, that they're not having fun with Edge of Fate. This is the worst review of any Destiny 2 expansion that we have ever seen on Steam. By comparison, I'll just pull up Lightfall here so you can see. Lightfall currently in the last 30 days has 28% positive reviews. You know it's bad when Lightfall is doing better than your expansion, because Lightfall was almost unanimously disliked by most people. Myself personally, not everything was bad about Lightfall. I did enjoy Strand, but aside from Strand and maybe a couple other things, Lightfall really fell short. But that comes in stark contrast to where we're at now with Edge of Fate at 8%. Now, is this review bombing? Are people just hating the game for the sake of hating the game? Yes, I'm sure there is some degree of that, but when you get this low in user reviews, it is very indicative of a big problem, one that should not be overlooked. And now that we've had enough time to sink our teeth into the Edge of Fate and see what it's all about, see what Bungie was trying to cook up, what experiences they were trying to bring to us, it's become overwhelmingly obvious that Bungie was trying to put power grinding front and center as like a focal point for the expansion. And this as a strategy proved to be wrong, very wrong. And they are paying a big price for it. Because I guarantee you, with the downward trend of reviews comes also a downward trend in population. In the last week alone, in the 7-day period on Steam, we're seeing that the peaks for population are sitting around the mid 20,000s, which is really bad. This was like what it looked like for the last 2 months of the Final Shape annual calendar year. Like, it's almost expected that we're going to have populations this low when we're at like the end of a 12-month cycle, basically. Like, we should expect this to some degree. Obviously, Bungie could do much better, and we should always push them to do better, of course. But it's also understood, like, if you have a 12-month calendar of content, right? The last month or last 2 months, it's going to be pretty slow. It's going to be pretty dry. Unless you throw something like actually like into the light into the mix, right? But we're not at the end of the 12-month cycle. We're at the beginning. Edge of Fate just came out 2 months ago, and we're already experiencing such low population numbers. And you know that these population numbers going low means that Bungie is also making significantly less money, which only begs one question, and it's kind of like a ticking time bomb right now, which is, when are we going to hear about another round of layoffs? When are we going to hear about that Sony takeover that's been in the works? These two things go hand in hand right now, because Destiny 2's current monetization projections are obviously not going to be sustainable. Bungie was not anticipating a massive loss of income to this degree, and they're going to have to compensate for that loss by laying people off. I would not be surprised if we heard about a third round of layoffs coming up in the next few months. And of course, that PR is not going to help Bungie, and it's not going to help for the development of Destiny 2. And hopefully at that point in time, it's going to be a wake-up call that they really need to do something with this franchise, because there's something to Destiny 2 that not a lot of people maybe think about, which is that this game's been in development for 11 years, and there's so many moving parts to this game, like the sandbox, all the different PvE activities, PvP, all the different PvP events and playlists, all the different cosmetics is even a huge part of this game, right? And all of these things, just to maintain Destiny, requires a massive amount of developmental effort. You need a lot of devs just to make this game run. Like, I'd give you a good example. I don't know how many devs it takes, but imagine if Destiny 2 just did not release anything new at all for a full year. How many devs would it take it to maintain? How many devs would it actually take to just keep the maintenance going on the game? With the servers, bugs, and issues being found. Of course, the lack of introduction of new things would make less bugs and less problems. But considering the size and scale of this game, how many moving parts there are to this game, it does require a massive dev team. And when we lose these devs and these layoffs, it takes a massive hit to the content, as we've seen with the launch of Edge of Fate. 8% of the 354 reviews being positive is actually crazy to me. I don't know if there's anything lower than overwhelmingly negative in terms of Steam reviews. I don't think I've ever seen a game be this low in general. Like, can you comment down below a game that's more hated and has worse reviews than this? If this trend continues, we're bordering on the negative reviews turning to not just overwhelmingly negative, but maybe just completely negative, like 0% positive reviews in the last 30 days, which, to be fair, I don't know that Edge of Fate is truly that bad, but it definitely missed the mark from what the Destiny 2 community was expecting Bungie to do post the final shape. And it's indicative of Bungie really not knowing how to develop this game anymore. Whoever they have in the studio working on this game right now, they are seemingly incapable of giving the Destiny 2 audience what they want. And if we just continue to follow these trends and follow suit here, the future of Destiny is going to look very bleak. But let me know what you think about it down in the comment section below. How do you feel about 8% positive reviews on Edge of Fate? I'll be reading your thoughts and comments down below.